Hello dear students, welcome in your English class. Today we are going to start the lesson 19, that is the Emperor and the Nightingale. First of all, let me remind you that this is the last lesson of your English literature for your annual course. Okay, whichever are coming, that are lesson 14, that is skills and wisdom is of no use. Lesson 15, that is the Buddha. Then lesson 16, I float my paper boats. And then lesson 19, the Emperor and the Nightingale. All the 3 chapters are done. And I hope you have seen all the videos regarding that chapters, related to that chapters. That is the explanation video, the book exercises video, as well as the question answer videos. So let's begin today's class with the lesson the Emperor and the Nightingale. First of all, in this class we are going to read the lesson. Okay, then I will explain you what is the story all about. All things I have said, the one thing which I have missed is that first of all today's date. Today's date is 5th February. Okay, so let's begin the book reading. Take out your book. This is your Open Skies book. This is your Open Skies book, and take out lesson number 19, page number 144. See, you can see this is your book, and let's start the reading. Take a pencil in your hand and then we are going to read the lesson. See, the Emperor and the Nightingale. The nightingale is a small bird known for its sweet, melodious song. The nightingale is a morning bird and can often be heard singing its loud song at dawn. It's a common bird in Europe and Asia. The name nightingale has a story that goes back more than 1,000 years. Now read the story below, which is about the king's love for the song of the nightingale. So let's begin the lesson. Once there lived a nightingale in a large forest near the palace of Chinese emperor. You all know what is a nightingale. Nightingale is a bird which is famous for its singing, or which is famous for singing in the morning. You can see a bird's picture is given here, and what is there? A music sound is given. That means the bird is singing. So this is the story of a Chinese emperor and a nightingale. All the travelers who visited China praised this nightingale because it sang wonderfully. Its fame spread far and wide, and travelers from distant lands came sailing across the seas to hear its song. They wrote books about it, and one of the books reached the Chinese emperor. He read the book, and the story of the nightingale surprised him. So he called the minister and asked him, "Why didn't you tell me about this bird before? This book says it sings wonderfully. Is that true?" That means the Chinese emperor was unaware of this bird. Okay, and many travelers used to come and visit China and used to listen to the story of the song of the bird, and used to write many beautiful stories about it. And one day one such book came in the knowledge of the emperor, and he read the book, and then he came to know about this bird nightingale, and he asked his ministers that, "Why didn't you tell me about this bird before?" Okay, and is that true that the bird sings so wonderfully? Now what the ministers replied, "Yes, your majesty, it is true," the minister said. "It sings wonderfully. I have listened to its song for hours together. Writers came from all parts of China to study the life of this wonderful bird. Why haven't I heard of this bird till now? The emperor asked. Why didn't you tell me about it? Okay, that was a great. Now turn your page. Mistake. Bring me the bird at once. I want to listen to it immediately. The minister immediately gave orders to his men to catch the nightingale and bring it to the palace. Within a few hours, the bird was in the emperor's hall. The emperor ordered the minister to arrange a party that evening. More than 1,000 guests came for the party. The emperor sat on the emperor sat on a golden throne, and in front of the throne was hung a golden cage. On the either side of the cage was hung a golden lamp, and in the cage the nightingale sat singing. Now, what is that? When the came to know about the bird, and he asked his ministers that why haven't you informed me till now. So the minister said, yes sir, yes majesty, this is true, and there is a bird like such a bird in our kingdom who sings so well, so wonderful. So the king ordered that go and catch that bird, and I want to see that bird in my palace. So the minister also ordered his men, and within few hours the bird was caught, and the bird was brought in the palace. Now king was very happy. He said his ministers to arrange a party that evening. That means he will show off. He will show off that the bird who sings so wonderfully is now in my palace. Okay. See, the king sat on a golden throne. Throne means the place where the king used to sit, and there was a golden cage in which the bird was kept. Okay, now let's continue with the reading. The guests listened to the song and forgot the world around them. The emperor said, Little bird, this is the happiest day in my life. Will you live in this palace and sing to me? I want to listen to you forever. Yes, your majesty, I shall obey your order and stay here, said the bird. Now what happened? The guests came in the party, and they were so mesmerized by hearing the songs of that bird. And now when the party got over, the king said, I am very much fan of yours. I am so much moved by your song. You little bird, will you stay in my palace forever? Because daily, every day, I want to listen to your song. So what the bird replied? The bird replied, yes, your majesty, I shall obey your order and stay here. That means the bird agreed that the bird will stay in the palace. Okay. Now let's continue. I am grateful to you, the emperor said. The nightingale lived in the golden cage, wore a golden collar around its neck, and sang sweet songs to the emperor and made him happy. That means the bird had started living in the palace, and a gold collar was given. You know what is the collar? That means a neck band which is worn in the neck, and it was given to the bird to wear. A gold neck band was there, a golden cage was there where the bird used to live, and daily the bird used to sing the song for the king. Okay, but the nightingale was not at all happy. It was very unhappy indeed. That means the bird has agreed that yes, I will live there, but the bird was not happy, but it was very much unhappy. Why? It sat in the cage and thought, I have lost my freedom in this cage. Among the trees in the forest, I was free and happy. But now I have a painful collar around my neck, and I cannot fly around and enjoy myself. It asked the emperor to set it free, but the emperor said, I shall give you everything except freedom. I cannot live without you. Now what happened? The nightingale agreed, or you can say obeyed to the king's order and started living in the palace. But the bird was very unhappy because one day the bird was thinking himself only and said, I am having a painful collar in my neck and I am very unhappy because I cannot see the trees, I cannot see the beautiful environment, I cannot see the garden, nothing. I have to live in this golden cage packed here like I am in a jail, and I cannot means do anything. I am not happy. So it asked the king to set him free, but the king said, no, I will give you everything, but I cannot leave without you, so I will not let you free. Then one day the minister said, you listen to the nightingale all the time. You say you cannot leave without it. But the nightingale is only a bird, and birds must die like all other living things. So one day what happened? The minister said, like, the king, your majesty, you cannot leave without a bird. You are saying like this, and bird is a living thing because every living thing has to die. So one day the bird will also die. Now what will happen about you? Means how you will live then? So what the king said? Oh, don't say that. Don't say my nightingale will die. How shall I live without it? Said the emperor. Now the emperor started thinking like this also. Like he said, don't say that. I mean, the king was very afraid ki when the nightingale will go, how the king will leave. Okay. I have an idea, the minister said. A Japanese merchant, please turn your page, has brought a wonderful toy bird to the city. It sings exactly like this nightingale. Shall I buy it for your majesty? So what happened? One day the king also realized that if the bird will die, how I will leave. So he asked his minister that plan something or give me some idea how I will leave then. So the minister said that there is a Japanese merchant in the city and that has a wonderful toy bird and it sings exactly like this nightingale. So shall I buy that for you? Does it sing exactly like our nightingale? Bring me the toy bird at once. I have brought it with me, your majesty. Here it is, said the minister. That means the king was also agreeing to the thought of the minister that if the bird will die, how I will leave. So let's plan something. And then there was a toy bird in the palace. The minister would the toy bird and it started to sing. That means you have seen many toys are there which is having a key. We have to put a key to the toy and it starts moving. Similarly, the toy bird was there. So the minister gave key to the toy bird and it started to sing. The emperor listened to the song and said, this is a wonderful machine. It sings like the real nightingale and it will not die. I am grateful to you and the Japanese merchant who brought it here. Now the king was happy, like, yes, this toy bird will never die and I will keep this in my palace. From that day, the emperor always listened to the toy bird. The palace servant no longer looked after the nightingale with great care. One day, they forgot to shut its cage and the bird flew back to the forest. It was free and happy again. So what happened when the toy bird was there in the palace? The king daily used to listen to the toy bird and the servants also now took less care of the nightingale, due to which what happened? One day the door of the cage was open and the nightingale flew away. Okay. And when the nightingale got the chance to flew away, she was very, very happy. After some days, the machine in the toy bird broke and its song stopped. The emperor was now very unhappy. He didn't see his ministers, he didn't eat his food, he didn't sleep, and in a few days he fell ill. All the best doctors treated him, but he did not get well. His subjects were very sad. Now what happened? One day, machine is a machine. One day what happened? The toy machine broke, and now when the machine broke, the song means itself stopped. Now the king realized that I can't listen to the song because the machine is also broken, and the real nightingale has flew away in the forest. Now, in absence of both the singing things, what happened? The king became very ill. He didn't meet his ministers, he didn't eat food, he did nothing. Okay, and any doctor in the whole kingdom could not means recover him. Now what happened? At last, the nightingale in the forest heard of the emperor's illness. It at once flew back to the palace, sat on the emperor's window, and sang a sweet song. The emperor sat up in his bed and listened. Emperor, ah, who is singing? Now, what happened? The nightingale also got the news that his king is not well. So, what happened? She came back in the palace and she sat on the window and started singing. The emperor was on the bed only. When he heard the song, he got up and asked, ah, who is singing? Nightingale. It is me, your nightingale. Emperor, sweet little bird, come back to live in my palace again and sing to me forever. So Emperor said, my dear little bird, please come back to my palace and please sing for me ever, forever and ever. Nightingale said, no, your majesty, I cannot do that. My life in your palace was very unhappy. So Nightingale said, no, I cannot come back because I was not happy in your palace. Emperor, unhappy? Were you unhappy in my palace? I gave you a bright golden cage, a bright beautiful collar. What more did you want? Nightingale, I did not want your golden cage or your golden collar. I wanted to be free. I want to be free forever. I shall sing and make you happy, but I will not live in your cage. The emperor was very surprised when the bird said that she was unhappy. The emperor said, I gave you golden cage, I gave you golden collar, I gave you good servants to look after you. Then also you were unhappy? How? The king was very surprised. Nightingale said, I don't want all your things, all your luxuries. I don't want. I want what? I want freedom. I will come to your palace. I will sing the song for you, but I will not leave packed in your means palace. Emperor, then sweet bird, come to me often and sing to me. Nightingale, yes, your majesty, I shall come from the forest and sing to you with great pleasure. The emperor said, okay, you were unhappy, so please promise me that you will come often and you will sing for me. The nightingale said, yes, your majesty, I promise you that I will come from the forest and I will sing for you with pleasure, but I will not stay here. Okay, so I hope you have understood the story. So dear students, I hope you have understood the chapter, the Emperor and the Nightingale. We have done the reading as well as the explanation side by side. Now, it's time for your homework. What is your homework? See, on the page number 147, we have the vocabs. First homework is to read the chapter twice, and your second homework is to write down these vocabs in your classwork copy by giving the heading of the chapter name and the date. Okay, then you will write the vocabs. Now in our next class we are going to do the book exercises of this chapter. Thank you students. That's all for today. Keep learning. Stay safe. Bye bye. Have a nice day.